Dire team ban.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Battle of Central Europe Season 3. This is going to be Game 2 of the Best of 3 between CCK, Coalition of Cool Killers, and Denial Esports. Currently, CCK up 1-0 in the series. And, well, Denial, they didn't really play the best in the last game. There was a lot of downtime where they were just wandering around, not doing too much. And that is really going to be costing you in the long run if you are Denial. Especially when you have the likes of Beastmaster and Legion Commander and a Scarlet Mage to cap it all off. That just weren't doing anything in the game, so definitely not the best of times for Denial, but maybe they're going to be able to pull it back in game number 2. CCK just looked really solid, though. I can't really think of any points in those games where I was just like, wow, CCK, that was incredibly dumb, what are you doing? That was a bad move. They played well, and they got rewarded with a victory, so going into game number 2 now, Broodmother, Viper, AA, now Necrophos being banned, Puck, Brew, Terrorblade, and Drow Ranger of all heroes being banned by CCK. I guess Drow Venge is dangerous. Beastmaster is fine for, I mean, that's just a Denial hero. You can't really read too much into that. Denial, they're going to go for a very early Luna. And maybe they were actually looking for a Drow Ranger after all. It seems like Drow would have been a little bit better than Luna if that's exactly the strategy they want to go for. And it seems like they're locked into it right now. Luna is not really a hero that we see all too often anymore in Dota. She still could do her job very well in that she offers a lot of extra damage early on. But the thing is, if you want that, usually Drow Ranger or AA are going to get that job done. Eclipse is fine, but Luna also really needs her BKB to get up. And once her BKB drops down to 5 seconds, she is really, really bad. Like, she just can't do anything. It's like, 5 seconds. Well, we'll just ignore you for that 5 seconds, and then we'll kill you afterwards. Because she is also very, very soft. It's certainly a viable hero if you have a lot of synergy, if you get her very protected farm. I think the best way of playing Luna is not going super late game with her. Trying to use the power of the Eclipse early on, and trying to use the power of the of her aura in order to try to take down towers. And then at that point, maybe if you need to, you transition to a late game Luna, but that shouldn't really entirely be necessary. With the Morphling pick from CCK, Denial, I was going to say, would benefit from an Elder Titan, but it's going to be Nature's Prophet. It looks like Denial, they are going to look to end this game very, very quickly. And I like this, not because it's going to be a fast game or whatever, although, I do love those 30-minute action-packed games. Farm Fests are terrible, the worst, especially when solo casting. But I like this because it forces Denial to play differently. Like last game, they had a lineup that would ordinarily be like, oh, well, you have to play in a certain way to make this lineup work, and they just didn't. This is going to be a much more direct lineup. It's like, hey, we summon the Treants, we have Luna's aura, we just go for a push. And that's going to be pretty easy. They have room for one more support in their lineup. Going for an Enigma seems pretty decent now, getting a lot of unit-based pushing. Something along those lines. Who knows what is going to happen. For CCK, they pick up the Ogre Magi Tidehunter as their first 2 picks. Now going to go into an Invoker Morphling combination. They are also looking for one additional support. There is still the likes of Scarlet Mage in the pool, although for CCK, they probably want to have someone with a little bit more disabling action and a little bit more counter push. They were more than happy last game to just pick up the Keeper of the Light, and it worked out okay for CCK. The Blinding Light was very nice against the Denial Esports side. They didn't actually get to use the recall strategy that I was talking about before, but oh well, maybe next game. Rubik is going to be the ban out. That would have been the pick for CCK, just having a fast disable. But there are always disables if you want them. Lena. I'm looking at you, Lena, because Ogre Magi Lena is pretty legit, guys. If you don't know, then try it out. Then, yeah, tell your friends, because, shit, that combination can get so much done. And if you're talking about AoE, then Lena is also your girl. Jakiro is going to be the ban out from CCK, a very smart one as far as that is concerned. A pusher who is normally played as core, but you could easily put him into that support role and get some liquid fire. Other than that, Denial, they don't have to worry about that many forms of crowd control. Then again, neither do CCK. For one more support pick from Denial Esports, assuming their Nature's Prophet is going to be played as... Okay, well, I was about to say, assuming their Nature's Prophet is going to be played as an offlaner, that's probably not going to be happening anymore. Magnus is the last pick, and Denial Esports, it looks like they're going to kind of do the same thing with the Enigma that I mentioned before. Not having the Enigma, obviously, but they will have someone in the jungle, and they will just have Cryo J on the Vengeful Spirit be the only real support hero, at least as far as pressure is concerned. Hold on, guys. Got to make sure that this is all going to be fine. We have a whole bunch of streams running at the same time, guys, so got to do my part and make sure that everyone is up and running. And of course the ESFX one is not. Oh well. I mean, that's the last game of the Hard Red Festival, and of course it would be broken, guys. Of course. It hasn't worked for the entire time. It was such a mess. Like, it looks nice, I suppose, but man, that ESFX stuff just seriously doesn't work, and it has not worked for the past couple of months. I don't even know if they're trying to fix it. But that's not relevant to us right now, because we are not on ESFX. We're on HeflaTV Hitbox 1, and I'm Mike Loris. I'm going to be casting this game, and Hitbox is actually pretty sweet, like, gotta be honest. There's no Twitch chat, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's also a little bit fortunate. Either way, enough about that, enough about platforms, because we're in what might be the last game of Denial's tournament run. We have LeBron, who's going to be going towards the top lane as a Tide Hunter, much like last game. Villic is going to be playing the Ogre Magi with Keck on the Invoker. Quas runes first. Suki is going to be playing the Skywrath Mage. That leaves Tib on the bottom as the Morphling. On the Denial side, we got Funzy playing the Beastmaster solo offlane. Joral is going to be handling the mid lane Mag. Fucking mad on the Nature's Prophet. He's going to be jungling. Cryo J is going to be supporting as the Venge. That leaves Paris as the Luna. It's once again going to be a Beastmaster, just roughing it, and he's not going to be having the best of times in this game, but again, that's to be expected. Mag over in the mid lane versus Keck is going to be very interesting. This Invoker build is probably the most peculiar thing. Going for Quas level 1 is not too terrible. Usually you want to have Exhort for a little bit of extra base damage, but he has gone for Blaze of Attack, so he doesn't actually need the base damage. And because he doesn't need the base damage, it looks like he might be going for a Wex build. This is generally not the opening that you start out with if you are going to be going for Exhort. If you're going to be going for Exhort, you don't need the Blades of Attack, because you have Exhort. It does give you 9 damage anyway. And you don't really need that much damage to last hit. So that's usually not going to be the build. As if it does end up being a Wex Invoker, first of all, it'll be determined at level 2. Or at level 3, rather. Yeah, because level 2 you get Cold Snap with this build, and then level 3 you either get Wex or you pick up your Exhort. So if it is going to be a Wex build, the EMP combo is really good against Magnus and Beastmaster. Like, really, really good. It's also pretty good against the Luna. She typically does have enough mana when she needs it, but if you burn her out of Eclipse mana, then she's just so sad. So I actually kind of like this decision from the CCK side to do this, especially with the Skywrath Mage as their last pick. I mentioned before they would rather like to have a hero with Disable. That was only on the condition of them going for a Exhort build on the Invoker. If they're going to be going for Wex, then the Skywrath Mage is going to be able to do some serious work with that. If you amplify the damage of EMP, it's not going to be the most relevant, but still, it could do a little bit of work here and there. And also just keeping them in range of the EMP, setting up with Cold Snap, it's going to be a pretty devastating skill. It's going to be pretty nice, I think. On the bottom lane, though, let's take a look at how this laning stage is going to be working out. It's going to be Tib and Villic going up against just Funzy. And this lane is going to be pretty bad for Funzy, as I mentioned before. At a certain point, Morphling is not going to need any help at all in this lane. Just Ogre Magi down here is going to be fine for now, but eventually, Ogre Magi can leave and do whatever the hell he wants. For right now, he's on zoning duty, and Funzy taking quite a bit of damage from this Ogre. Villic is going to get into a man fight, but this Beastmaster is not able to man fight an Ogre. Fortunately for the Beastmaster, Ogre is just short of mana. The only reason that Funzy is actually doing this is because he knows that fact. However, he's going to get his salve canceled. Oh, man. That hurts for Funzy. That hurts so bad. He still has one more Tango left, so he's not completely out of this lane, but Villic is doing his job and then some. Just buying space for Tib to be farming up as the Morphling. And we saw Tib play the Terrorblade last game. Morphling not as directly explosive, needs typically a little bit more time. But man, this is going to be very, very nice for Tib moving forward. Over towards mid, Joral is doing a okay job versus the Invoker. 6 for 0 versus the 10 for 3, and Wex Invoker, if it is going to be Wex, so far, still not shown, is going to be doing a pretty good job versus the Mag. Mag usually gets ahead by Shockwave and the Creep Wave, harassing the enemy side, and he's probably going to be zoned out in between that with right clicks. Exhort Invoker and Wex Invoker actually do about the same versus Mag. Maybe Exhort does a little bit better, but not by too much. So the Quas runes going to keep the Invoker up because he's not running with that much regen. And I don't think he's going to be getting regen anytime soon either. Down towards bottom lane, TP and fucking mad. Villic is going to drop very low, but wait for him on Funzy. He's going to drop him even lower. Villic is fast enough with boots first. He's going to be surviving, but here comes the Scarith Mage. Now into fucking mad they go. Tib with quite a bit of agility. He's going to put some serious damage to fucking mad. Villic's going to return. Needs a couple more right clicks onto fucking mad to kill him off. That might be it. Yes, it will be. Suki draws first blood. Villic going to take a tower shot, but Ogre is so damn tanky. They're okay with doing this. LeBron up towards top lane might be the trade, however. Anchor Smash going to reduce all that damage output pretty much down to 0. But with Lucent Beam, that doesn't give a damn about your Anchor Smash. We'll get the kill up on top. Unfortunately, a little bit too late for the Denial side. They already lost first blood. And now they're going to be at a slight disadvantage in this game. Ogre Magi, or Scarith Mage rather, drawing first blood. Going to secure him his Boots of Speed. Tib also helping out and getting that assist. So it's Denial rotating their Nature's Prophet out of the jungle. Has gone for the double Null Talisman build. This is a build that indicates that Denial want to be playing this very aggressively. Although I think anyone could have realized that, because if you look at their heroes, this is an aggressive draft. It is going to have to be doing a little bit better versus the Ogre. He's one of the tankiest heroes in the game at level 1, and in the early game stages he will stay that way. And with Boots and Orb of Venom, this Ogre Magi is going for one of the more aggressive builds that you could go as Villic. Whoa, okay. Sorry guys, missed the Scarith Mage running into Nature's Prophet there, and he just ended up dying, so that happened. A nice easy kill for the Nature's Prophet, honestly a freebie. Probably wasn't even hunting for that one, just got thrown it into his lap, and well, you could be a little bit happy about that. It's like, hey, free gold. And there are no heroes in the game that don't like free gold, guys. It's a truth fact. Invoker is, in fact, going for that Wex build. Has a Tornado armed and ready. Has EMP as well. Joral, thinking about going in, or at least feigning his Stampede, is not going to be going too aggressively on the Invoker just yet. Because it is a Wex build, the Invoker will, at times, have Ghost Walk available to him. So Denial will have to pack Dust or Sentries or something like that in order to catch him off guard. It should be the Nature's Prophet to do that most of the time, but it seems like Nature's Prophet has his hands full with Null Talismans. And, oh, Funzy, speaking of hands full, he's just dead. Stick up! Run away! Oh, he's too late for that. Like, by the time his Hawk came, it was like, oh, Scarith Mage was already over here, and Ogre Magi was already over here. He saw his death, and wow, Mag is also going to die over in the mid lane. Tornado sniped? Yeah, that must have been just a Tornado snipe, or just Cold Snap. Cold Snap is, even though it was recently nerfed, still one of the most ridiculous skills in the game if you can keep your attack speed up. And that's what Wex does. Gives you more attack speed, gives you more movement speed. You'll be able to stick on your targets and Cold Snap them down. That's now 3-2 in favor of CCK as they take a 2-kill advantage, or a 2-kill sequence of events, let's say. Still they're not farming the greatest over Denial. Their Luna, Denial's Luna, is doing fantastically, and that's to be expected up against just a Tidehunter. Tib is doing just fine, however, 25 for 9 versus 33 for 11. It's not too big a difference, and LeBron, wow, what a Sprout from fucking mad. Absolutely perfect. There are times when Sprout is better to trap, there are times when Sprout is better to block, but that was one of those times where block is just fantastic. Mid lane, Joral's going to get the screw back on a Keck in the tower range. Shockwave's going to kill him off. Plus, the Nature's Prophet also gets a bounce kill on the Scarith Mage. I think, yeah, Ultimate was used there. That's going to be a whole bunch of kills for Denial. Chasing down a Mag. Definitely not the smartest move in a lot of those cases. And this guy is actually pretty tanky. 6 armor, 74 damage. He can get into a man fight pretty well with anyone, even the Ogre. And Invoker just getting hit with that Skewer. I think he had enough damage with that Tornado. If it hit, maybe he would have gotten that kill, but unfortunately, it was a miss, so no kill available. Funzy down towards bottom is going to be at the mercy of this lane again, but no, he's going to straight TP out this time. Or will he? Canceling the TP, in fact. Tib is pretty darn low, but he has his bottle. He just wants to use a little bit more mana right now before he actually takes those charges down. But for Denial, their Nature's Prophet is going for a really, really aggressive build. 4 Null Talismans, in fact. Maybe he wants to turn one of those into the Dagon. Maybe not. He's still doing a really large amount of damage. Now they're going to go for Tib. Or Tib is going to try to go for Funzy, but he's going to get access to the face. Wait for him forward. Funzy is going to be dying before fucking Mag can even help. No, he will not. Tib is now going to get Sprouted. He's trying to strength more without. Funzy needs one more hit to kill him off. And he's trying to juke, but Suki is going to give chase, and he will get the kill. However, Suki's now completely trapped. They need more heroes here. Suki is doomed to fall right now. Tib bottling up, though he's only doing 40 damage a pop because he had to strength morph. Fucking Mad is going to get that kill in exchange. Still a nice trade for CCK, but man, this Nature's Prophet is just commanding. You have to respect this Nature's Prophet right now, or else he will just mess you up. There's no two ways about it. With 4 Null Talismans, I mean, he's getting so much base damage. He's hitting 100 a pop right now, which is so much more than everyone else. Plus, Plus his Treants also do quite a bit of damage right now. And Denial, their draft is actually working out pretty well for them thus far. They're playing aggressively. They've yet to take towers, which is a little bit unfortunate for them, but I'm sure those towers are going to be falling eventually, especially since Luna, she has her mask up, or Morbid mask up. I think, though it is nice to get the stacks off and try to collect a little bit of Ancients there, this might be a game where you want to just grab a neutral creep and then just use it to push. Taking a Centaur, helping out with the push can be huge, and maybe it's going to be the play for Luna, who knows. She's still getting free farms, so she could do pretty much whatever she wants, and the rest of her team is pretty much running this game. Nature's Prophet especially, going for such an aggressive build, he's going to need more than just a Morphling with 40 damage in order to shut them down. And the Mag is also not doing too terribly either. He's 35 for O. Is he leading the CS? No, Invoker's still slightly ahead to be expected, but Mag is doing just fine here. And Invoker hasn't left the lane yet. Usually for Invokers, they go for Exhort, so they don't leave the lane at all. But if you're going for Wex, you typically want to be roaming around a little bit because you are moving so quickly. He's going to try to go for Dural over towards mid, but Tornado, it's a easy skill to dodge if you see it coming, and that one came from a mile away, so easily dodged by Dural. Tornado and Gank, therefore, is going to be whiffed. Up towards the top, Paris is going to get some help from fucking Mad taking down this tier 1 tower. Fortification is there. Tidehunter is here as well as the Ogre. They have a Ravage, but they just can't really get close enough while at the same time being safe. Paris is going to chip away at this tower, also has the Vengeful Spirit coming in, and Villic has got to be really careful. He's going to open up with the Fire Blast. LeBron has a Ravage opportunity, will throw it onto 3. Teleportation's coming in as well. Paris is going to be focused, but he gets the Eclipse off, and now he's up in the air, so he's safe from everything else unless he drops, and then he will die. Here comes the Mag, though, skewering through the trees, will not hit anything. Did he miss a Shockwave as well? I think he did. He just plowed right through, but no one saw that. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Denial getting their Luna isolated, and unfortunately it's only level 1 Eclipse, which is underwhelming when you're up against more than one person. They end up holding their tower, CCK, but they only do end up killing the Luna for the Ravage. Typically when you spend your Ravage, you want to be getting 2, maybe even 3 kills, if you could find them. But sometimes there are not even enough heroes in the area to do that, and you just have to deal with it. Morphling has been left alone all the while because of the rotation out from all the Denial heroes. He's going to try to replicate what he just did. I don't know what happened.
Pull roots and run.
What happened? I have no idea what happened, guys. Either way, the Morphling has been left on the bottom lane as the Beastmaster has rotated out occasionally. And he's still farming up pretty decently, not keeping up with the Luna necessarily, and doesn't have the pushing power that the Luna has. He's going to try to go for Funzy one more time. With no Mystic Flare, I don't think they can get this. Unless Funzy turns around, that might be a possibility. No, RP going to be cancelled. And Dural is looking for an angle on Suki right now. Has a skewer, but this is a really hard skewer to land. Probably impossible, and Dural's not going to get anything. Once again, Mag coming in to do pretty much nothing. Kind of unfortunate, but it's also just the way it goes sometimes. You teleport in and there's nothing there to do. CCK definitely not getting as much of a free time as they were in the last game. They're going to get swapped back on Villic up towards top, taking a Lucent Beam. Here comes the Nature's Prophet as well. He's going to jump in and steal the right click. Good work, Nature's Prophet. Certainly sure you earned that kill for your team. But at any rate, it is tower down, and they have a Nature's Prophet here, so you might as well go for a little bit more while you still can. Or just back off. Are they really going to back off? I feel like they should be forcing someone up here. Because there's no one in this top lane. You might as well be going towards the top lane. Oh. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Denial with small mistakes. I'm pretty sure that is just not supposed to happen. Like, once you leave the fountain, your bottle is not supposed to refill. But, yeah, maybe it was fixed. I don't know. But either way, it's going to be Paris up towards top lane to be ravaged. He is stuck in a corner, and now he's silenced, and now he's dead. It's once again Ravage for a Luna, which is not the best trade, but still it's fine, I think, for CCK to do this. Really, as long as they keep this Luna down, they're keeping the Morphling up. And the Morphling is still not farming as well as the Luna, because there's now a tower in the Luna's favor. But Tibbs is doing just fine as well. Looks like he's going to be going for a Lincoln Sphere. With 1400 gold, it's probably going to be him saving for that ultimate orb. And if you're the Morphling, you're going to be feeling pretty good about that. He's going to be blocking Roar, Lucent Beam, Magic Missile Swap. Lots of high value skills from Denial. And at the very least, it'll maybe keep you alive. And Regeneration is also probably one of the more understated aspects of the sphere. But when you're morphling, you need that extra mana regeneration. Or you like the extra mana regeneration. It actually helps quite a bit. Because you could waveform pretty much every wave. And that's pretty sweet. You could waveform every creep wave. Yes, that makes sense. Villic and Suki now going to go on a roaming party together. There is a Mystic Flare available, and if they run into the Luna, they might just get this kill, especially if Tidehunter is nearby. They have to get this Mystic Flare to land, however. And it's going to be a deep roam into the jungle. It's going to be very dangerous for them to actually leave. However, Fucking Mad is probably an easier target. There's Fire Blast, Mystic Flare, Seal as well. Not quite going to be enough damage, but they're going to have enough, I think, with one more right-click H. Yes! Ogre Magi is going to end the dominating spree of the Nature's Prophet. At the same exact time, mid lane, Keck is going to get jumped, lays an EMP down onto 3. So they're all out of mana. They can't really continue fighting. But still, it's going to be a trade of Nature's Prophet for the Invoker. Just didn't see that many people coming, I suppose, the Invoker. He got roared, got magic missiled. Not much you could do from there. Villic is going to live, and Scarth Mage is also going to retreat. But unfortunate circumstance for Invoker. The chain stun must have just been perfect. Usually for Invokers, you just quickly whip up a Ghost Walk and you're fine. There was no detection there, I believe, for Denial. At least if there was, they should have another charge, and they don't, so... They have no detection from Denial just yet. Ghost Walk is still a get-out-of-jail-free card, at least for the first time. Then Denial is going to be like, oh yeah, they have Ghost Walk. We should probably do something about that. But it's over towards mid lane where Denial are going to set their sights. Doral just trying to look for a skewer angle on Villic. But good luck getting that to happen. Fucking Mad is here doing quite a bit of damage. But Tibbs is also going to be split pushing his best down towards bottom lane. He's going to prompt response from Funzy, maybe even Paris as well. Actually, no, they set up for a mid lane Tornado, and they are going to burn the Mana of Mag before he gets skewer away. That was very, very well done by Suki. Coming in with the Ancient Seal at just the right time, getting rid of that skewer. Mag was doing his whole Scooby-Doo running animation thing. But before he could actually start running, he got silenced. And they don't show that in the cartoons, guys, because, you know, the silencing in the cartoons is pretty much non-existent. Ancient Seal would be OP as hell. That's why they always run after they charge up, but Mag, unfortunately, needs a little bit of cast time. That's going to be a clean kill on the Mag. Morphling at the same time is going to prompt response from Denial. That is going to result in nothing. So lots of Denial heroes moving down towards bottom, then deciding to leave. Just wasted time walking back and forth. They are making an okay Ancient stack. The Ancient stack of CCK, I believe, was cleared. Should not have been stolen, although Luna might have gotten to it. I'm not going to keep my eye on Luna the entire time. I can assume that she's always farming. That's usually a safe assumption. She's going to be getting a lot more direct damage items, whereas the Morphling going to be going for more utility in the Lincoln Sphere. And it might benefit Denial if they can keep this Luna alive, but so far that has not been the case. And it might not be the case for right now either, because LeBron has a fresh Blink Dagger. Luna is not going to see this one coming, I don't believe. She's still hidden right now, but a Fire Blast into a Flare and someone's going to die. Although Suki is pretty darn far away. Looks like they don't want to fight this. They don't have enough map vision to feel safe doing this. They don't have Sunstrike backup or anything like that. And Keck has like not left the lane a single time. He went up to the top lane once, right? Did he? I don't know if he did. At any rate, he just hasn't done much in this game so far. And that's really not what you want from an Invoker. Tib on the bottom lane, though, is in a lot of trouble. Skewer forward for Shockwave. Tib is going to survive that one, but he's going to get hit with the Axis. Still alive. Ravage onto 3 now. We're going to wait for him forward. Joral's going to take a multicast to the face, plus Funzy's going to go down. Wow. Tib, so tanky. Morphed fully into strength and just barely escaped out of there with his life. And they bring the cavalry. They bring it in huge with the EMP Tornado, with the waveform over the top onto everyone. Multicast, Ravage, the whole 9 yards. Denial, I'm pretty sure most teams would have gone for that. Since killing off a Morphling is usually a high priority target, it's something that is worth diving, it's worth taking a little bit of a risk for. But that risk certainly did not pay off. CCK, they bring in a rainbow of TPs and Morphling barely managed to slip away. He's now going to get a little bit closer to his Lincoln Sphere. Still feels kind of underwhelming when you compare Sphere to the Yasha Helm of the Dominator. But you gotta remember that Sphere is a very expensive item. It's like 5,000 gold, and this is, well, I mean, it's still a little bit more net worth than the Luna. Not gonna argue that. But Tib is going to be getting a decent amount for himself. More gold is possibly incoming for Denial, as they're going to go for Roshan. It is pinged out by the Morphling, and lots of CCK heroes are nearby. However, they do not have a Ravage. This is pretty much the reason why Denial are going for this. Even though they do not have a Ravage, CCK, they still have an EMP. And an EMP in a Roshan pit can be backbreaking, especially with Wex at such a high level. It's 475 mana burn, and that's all of Luna's mana pool. If she loses her Eclipse, it's all over for Denial. She's going to get gushed. First of all, Roshan now working on fucking mad. Where is this Invoker? He needs to come. Where are you going? Invoker, get back here. You got to be like right here, Invoker, like right now, because he's not there. They're just going to take Roshan. They could have taken that fight. CCK could have done that so easily with an EMP in this Roshan pit. At the very least, just drop a tornado EMP and see what happens. He's going to run to fucking mad. Oh, that's a free kill. Hey, look at that room service. Easy kills, easy life. Nature's Prophet had no idea. It was all an elaborate ruse, guys. It was all planned out. But over towards mid, this is not planned out. Skewer onto Tidehunter. Here comes the Invoker in response. EMP is this time going to hit onto the mag, drain most of his mana, will not kill him off. However, Tornado is going to connect, will not crater him either because he's bottling up in the air. Looks like that will be the escape of the mag, albeit barely. Still, Paris and Funzy are over in the mid lane. There is a dire sentry here. So Ghost Walk is not going to be working. I think it's really ridiculous that you could bottle up and then get hit with the tornado and you're still going to heal. That just feels like BS to me. But at any rate, Denial, they get away with the Aegis, though they're still 2 kills down. Aegis on the Luna is going to mean that she's not going to outright die in these engagements. But I don't know if her contribution is going to be that high either. Especially if she gets silenced, especially if she loses all of her mana pool. EMP with 550 now, maxed out Wex. Is there anyone in Denial who will still have a mana pool? No, no, no. No, yes. Nature's Prophet with literally infinite mana. He's going to try to go for Villic. One more stick up, and he's going to take one more hit. But now here comes LeBron. Has a Ravage, but swap out from Cryos. The Ravage is going to be deployed with the Mystic Flare onto Cryo. Will not straight out kill the Vengeful Spirit, but she will die in the end. Now LeBron waiting for another couple seconds for a Blink. Sunstrike. Oh my god, Keck, you are a god. It's only level 1 Sunstrike as well, and you're very rarely going to see that skill be relevant for anything but scouting. Granted, it wasn't the hardest skill to land, but still. It's a Wex Invoker. You don't expect a Sunstrike to be falling if you're Denial, so you're not going to be prepared for it. You're not going to be trying to juke it or anything like that. You're just going to die for another 2-for-1 trade. Tib going to get roared. Now down towards bottom. Eclipse is going to be eaten entirely by creeps. RP is there as well, but Tib's strength morphing very well. Needs a waveform. Can't quite get it out, though. That Eclipse was pretty bad from Paris, yet they still get the kill. Here comes Villic now, going to ignite a couple. Fire Blast Paris. The Invoker is also here. If they were paying attention, they should have seen that the Greater Hawk was slowed down a little bit by the Ghost Walk, but they're sticking around with not much health, not much mana. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Fire Blast Silence onto Paris. As in the meantime, Silence onto Joral. EMP in the middle of everything is going to do pretty much nothing except zone out Joral and Funzy. Now the Luna, she's going to be respawning. Now fucking Mad does teleport into this kill off the Scarth Mage. Now Keck does have a Ghost Walk. He's going to have to use it right away. Skewer back onto Villic though, and he's going to be the one to fall. Axe is flying. Where's the Tidehunter in all of this? He's up towards top taking a tower. CCK just throw bodies at the Denial side, and Denial are more than happy to oblige. They take out the Aegis, which is certainly very nice for CCK, but it's definitely not enough. Taking a tower as well in trade. And that kill on the Morphling probably was enough to signify that it should have been all over. Oh, come on. Come on, Keck. You really... Really? That's not gonna work, man. That's not a sheep stick. Now Keck might actually be in a little bit of trouble because he's at half HP. And here comes Nature's Prophet. Oh, there's a Blink Dagon. Zap, zap, zap. Oh, he goes into the Invis form. Now LeBron is here, trying to get the Invoker a little bit more room. He's gonna turn around with the Orchid. Will kill off Joral, staying alive just barely. He's gonna make that a free kill, but swap back onto Villic, teleported into the wrong neighborhood. Mystic Flare gonna buy him some space, but it will not buy him his life, it looks like. Fucking Mad doing so much damage with the Null Talisman build. It's gonna be yet again Villic giving his life. At least Keck survives, right? At least that happens for CCK, but they're also going to lose their tier 1 tower. Tornado is going to fly through. Denial going to be happy with that trade. And Tib so far is not really doing anything for the team. This is a core 1 role hero. And if you compare that to what Paris is doing for the team, Helm of the Dominator, now Manta style up, the Morphling pales in comparison. He's getting ganked, and that's pretty much all that he has been doing, forcing a couple fights. And CCK, they're doing their best with what they have, but what they have isn't really enough right now. They need this Morphling to step up his game because Denial, they're fighting with 5 heroes. And that is certainly not the case right now for CCK. It could sometimes be a fine 4v5 for CCK, assuming they have their EMP and Tornado hitting a couple people. If that lands onto 4 targets, then you're golden. Ravage as well is kind of the same deal. If you land the big team fight ultimate, you're going to get the kill anyway. But so far those ultimates, or the big AoE skills, have not been lining up correctly for the CCK side. Keck is now on the hunt in the Ghost Walk. He just missed the Nature's Prophet, and I think he will not be able to hit anyone else. Has his Orchid pretty much playing a Clinks now? Like, this is a very Clinksy thing to do. But this is not what you want to have happen. Tib is going to get a face full of Lucent Beam, and he will be zapped down. Once again, waveform not available, and he will be brought down for the umpteenth time. It's only actually the second time he died. It feels like a lot more. But maybe that's just because he hasn't been doing anything. Like, he's been farming, except the farm hasn't been helping him. And he's died twice, but it feels like he's died 5 times because he hasn't been on the map. And now Denial, they're going to go for more. Push down the middle lane, and, well, they're going to maybe lose a tier 1 tower. Who cares about that? Probably nobody. This tower is guaranteed to fall. Now Empower on Paris, hitting for plus 140. Plus the aura is going to be helping everyone else hit a lot harder as well. Pretty darn high, the damage output from Denial. They might actually get back in time in order to defend this. Roar into LeBron, pushing the creep wave back. That roar did next to nothing, Funzy. But here comes Nature's Prop from the back end. RP, no, just a skewer back onto Keck, right into tower range, plus a Lucent Beam. Invoker's going to be the casualty. Fucking mad. Now going to go for the Suki Scarith Mage. Going to get that one as well. 2 down for Denial. And hey, they have everyone in the mid lane. They don't have that much mana on Funzy. Maybe they're going to want to go for this push anyway. Seems like Nature's Prophet has better things to do right now. That includes going towards top lane where Villic is going to try to TP out. We'll make it out alive. No disables just yet on the Nature's Prophet. But honestly, they don't need Nature's Prophet here. Even though he has a lot of pushing power himself, a lot of base damage. Paris is all they really need. And Paris is all they have. This tower is going to be torn to shreds by Glaives, and that's going to be that. Top lane should also now be the objective. Maybe Denial want to wait and refill the tank of mana, and then chill for a little while. But BKB is very close to being completed on Paris, so once that happens, CCK don't have a single answer to this Luna. No one's going to be able to man-fight her. If she gets a BKB off before Ravage is thrown or before she gets Fire Blasted, then she's just going to be running wild. There are no skills that CCK have to hit her through that except for Anger Smash, which is nice, I suppose, reducing her damage. But it's certainly not going to be enough because Paris is dishing right now. In Denial, they're just all over the map, just farming it up right now. Maybe want to get a couple more items up, but they're going to get jumped now. Fucking Mad going to lose a lot of his mana. Will be fine, though. The Orchid is not going to be lethal. However, he's going to try to turn and fight. Not a good idea versus a Wex Invoker. And at the same time, Ogre Magi is going to get a kill on Magnus. Even though Denial would take a nice series of victories, losing a couple heroes there. Not worthless heroes either. Nature's Prophet and Mag are pretty high priority targets for CCK. They're going to be falling a little bit further behind, but here comes Paris. From the side, has a BKB. Will Manta split, first of all, for that silence. Now the BKB form he goes. Villic is going to get roared by Funzy in the end. That will be the death of the Ogre Magi. In Denial, they're going to be falling back for now, denying the tower on the way back. Roshan's status? We have no idea. I really wish they would tell me. I wish there was some button I could press so that I could see Roshan's status, but unfortunately, that is not in the game right now. So, unknown status for Roshan, but maybe soon. At any rate, oh, 40 seconds. That's actually a really short Roshan time. One of the shortest ones you'll ever see. And if that Roshan does respawn in 40 seconds, and CCK don't know about that, then Denial are going to be able to take that so very quickly. They have Cryo with maxed out Aura plus maxed out Wave, so he's full on the assist Vengeful Spirit build. Plus Paris can pretty much do it by himself, so there's that to consider. They're going to have to worry about bottom lane, though, where LeBron is going to be able to escape, albeit barely. Tidehunter is going to live. Fucking Mad really needs some sort of disable right now. Dagon is nice at killing off targets, but that's only if they don't have a TP, only if they're stunned up beforehand. Invoker is also looking for blood right now. Keck is going to be running into Luna. And he's going to be running... Oh, got to keep away from that Ghost Walk. In the meantime, it's going to be a fist fight between Cryo and Villic. Here comes Paris. Here comes Keck. BKB is going to instantly dispel that Orchid. Now onto Keck he goes. There is dust on this Invoker. Lucent Beam is going to run out, but Keck has enough juke. Yeah, no, he doesn't, because Nature's Prophet is here. Morphling maybe wants to relocate in. Here comes the Beastmaster illusion, but Denial should know that this is not the real thing. Tibbs immediately going to get stunned up, and now backup from LeBron is here, but he just has no Ravage. Paris is going to take a little bit of Mystic Flare. Tib is going to TP out. And it looks like that should just about be it. RP on Mag, still available, but he's nowhere near this fight. And Paris using a second BKB charge, getting himself another couple of kills. Though the BKB on Luna, as I said before in the draft, is so crucial for Paris to conserve. If he has long BKB charges, he will be able to fight for that much longer and get that much more done. But the longer it takes, oh, well, LeBron over in towards the top lane. He gets scored right back into the team for a setup for a 4-man Ravage. It's not going to be too bad, I don't think. Although Funzy's going to die. RP is going to land onto 2. Tib now going to be the target focus. Fucking mad with the Dagon. Not quite enough damage to kill off. No, it will be. Venture Spirit gets the last right click. Now swap back onto Villic. Joral taking tower aggro plus Ogre aggro. But he will get brought down in the end. Usually, 9 times out of 10, screwing back a Tidehunter, hooking a Tidehunter, doing any sort of thing with a Tidehunter. Not a good idea. But when the Tidehunter has no backup, you could probably get away with it. Of course, I'm sure Joral's going to be a little bit more careful about that in the future, but for right now, they have 3 heroes down on the enemy side they don't have to worry about, and a lot of pushing power to boot. They're going to be going for this tier 3 tower. Tornado is going to connect onto 2. Joral's going to dodge the EMP with the skewer. But that's the least of CCK's problems right now, because they're going to lose Raxes. They have 25 seconds until Morphling is up, but by that time, these Raxes are going to be long dead. Look at the glaze bounce. It's a work of art. It truly is. Range down, melee down. Clean retreat incoming. Deafening blast going to disarm Paris for quite a long time, but there's no fight to be had. And Raxes just like that are going to be taken. This game is pretty much the exact same game as last game, except the roles are switched. Like, there's a whole bunch of skirmishing. Pretty close, pretty close. Suddenly, Raxes. Who could have seen that one coming, guys? Who could have seen that one coming? I think this one makes a little bit more sense. It doesn't exactly have a farming Terrorblade or farm Terrorblade, but it has a Luna and a Beastmaster for that attack speed aura, plus Empower, plus Nature's Call. That's a lot of pushing power right there. And if this game is exactly like the last game, then the game is going to be over soon, because Denial are just going to go to a second lane and just bowl their way through. This time, amplified by the help of an Aegis. They're going to spot that one out. Morphling is also going to know that this is happening. Although Fucking Mad might want to kill off this replicate, and he will. So Morphling has no more replicate. And though there is a now Shiva's Guard on Tidehunter, he has no Ravage at 30. And honestly, Denial only needs 10 seconds to kill this Roshan, because they have now a Butterfly on Paris, and he's going to be making his way towards this Roshan area. Venge is also in the area. Yes, she is. And here we go. Start the clock. Well, if it's only Paris, then of course I'm going to be wrong. Jeez, guys, you got to help her out. There you go. Medallion. Anything else? 10 seconds already passed. See, if they were all there, I would have been right. But it only takes 15. 15's still fine. Wave of Terror a little bit late, but hey, who knows. Aegis now on Luna. Giant stack now for Luna. I don't think this is going to give her a substantial item, but it's still 3 stacks of Ancients. The rest of the team should not be leaving without the Luna, though. Tib is going to take a Magic Missile. Ravage is going to be thrown. Will connect onto no one. Now RP is going to connect onto 3 heroes. No follow-up for this one, however. Where the hell is this Luna? She needs to get over here right now. They're losing the Vengeful Spirit. Funzy's on the run. Joral with BKB is going to try to zone out everyone else in the meantime, but Funzy is now going to be dropped as well. But in the back end, it's going to be Nature's Prophet to clean up a couple of heroes. He's going to die in the end. Joral is going to try to chase down LeBron. Paris way too late for that fight. And LeBron, he's going to be going down in the end, but still, Denial. That was just so freaking weird. It's like, hey, let's go into the enemy jungle, and let's have Luna farm the Ancients at the exact same time. If Luna was there, easy sweep from Denial. Easy sweep from Denial. They had 0 people hit with, or 1 person hit with a Ravage. And that is usually a recipe for victory. Paris got there at the very last point in time, but that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, hey, let's go for, oh wait, this also doesn't make much sense to me. Fucking Mad, what are you, what? Guys, I quit. I'm out. I don't know what's going on. Like, what the hell was that? First of all, he cleaned up in the last fight, right? So it's like Nature's Prophet doing a good job. Zapping people, hitting people, all those good things. Then he buys back. I'm like, okay. Well, you have a Luna down bottom lane. You have a mag. You might as well go for the bottom lane push with a little bit of Nature's Prophet backup. There's nothing here. There was nothing here. So you probably should not be going there and dying right after buying back. Seems like a terrible idea. Illusion. And it was a terrible idea. So Denial, though they have a commanding lead right now with the Raxes up, never ever underestimate the ability of a team to just throw away a game. Tib, though, going to get roared. Magic Missile is going to be brought down in a hurry. Funzy and the Mystic Flare is going to be at the trade, though. Still worthwhile for CCK, especially if they get Suki, and they will. Negative Earn Charge going to kill him off. Villic is running down towards the south. He's going to get skewered. And Joral's going to stick right on top of him. Gets multicasted by the Unrefined. But Villic really doesn't have any way to get out of here. Had a Blink Dagger, had a chance to get out. And it looks like now he's dead. There was a Fire Blast before he dies, but he will be going down. That's 3 kills for Denial. They unfortunately lose all the mana pool of Joral and Cryo. But still, Paris is here and he is stacked. And also, Nature's Prophet will be able to TP, and hopefully he doesn't TP to the top lane. Paris now has a fresh Satanic. Nature's Prophet is going to join the fight. Only 2 heroes up from CCK. They don't even have a Ravage on those heroes. Invoker is usually pretty darn good at defending these situations, but not when he can't get close. Like, look at these things. This is disgusting. Ravage is going to connect onto 3. With Morphling buying back, maybe they're going to kill off Paris, but he pops the BKB, then gets swapped out. A little bit of misplay from Cryo. Yet Paris is still not taking that much damage. They're going to zap down LeBron in a hurry. He's now down. Here comes the Beastmaster. Has a Roar available. No, he doesn't, because he's now silenced, and he's taking quite a bit of damage from the Flare, but Rax is already down, and that's GG. CCK are going to tap out, and in 33 minutes, this is an exact copy of game number 1. So now I don't know what's going to happen in game number 3. What the hell? Maybe it's going to be game number 1 again. But either way, Denial, they make a couple of questionable decisions near the end, but they take the victory, and that is all that matters. So we are going to moving on to game 3, guys, where Denial Esports and CCK are going to be fighting for their lives here in the Battle of Central Europe. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Mike Loris here on the HeflaTV HB1 channel. I'll be right back for game 3.